Welcome back to this module. So in this module, we will build the random number generator application by using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So let me first show you the final version of the application that we will build in this particular module. So this will be the final version of the project. So you can see we have this nice random number generator heading. Then we have this particular element in which we are going to display our random number. That is generated by using this particular button. Means whenever we click on this particular button, the generated random number will be displayed inside this element, which is the span tag, whose value we're going to update it dynamically whenever we click on the button. So you can see when I click on the buttons, and also there is a nice animation effect is applied in this particular project when you launch the project for the first time. So if I refresh it, then you can see there is a small animation is actually performed inside this particular span element, okay, which is the fade in animation. So all of this stuff we're going to develop in this particular module. So from the next part, we're going to start with the HTML part of the project. So now it's time to start with the HTML part of the project. So you can see I have already created the required files for the saving of the time. I have created the index.html, style.css and script.js file. And also I have launched the version of the application that we want to build in this particular module, and this will be the final version of the project that we want to build so that we get the reference what elements we need to place while typing the code of the HTML. Okay, so under the HTML, which is the index.html file, here under this body tag, the first thing is we need to actually create a one container, and inside that container we need to place these three elements, which is the heading. Then we have this particular element, which is a span tag that will be placed inside the another division tag, and then we have the button. Alright, so let's do it one by one. So I'm going to click on the version of the application that we want to build in this module, and coming under the index.html, and here you can see also I have linked the style.css file and also the script.js file. Okay, so enough talk, it's time to start the coding. So I'm going to create a one division tag, and I'm going to give the class to this particular element is actually a container. So container is going to be the class name for this particular division tag. And after that, I will be replacing the h1 element, which is for the heading. So it's like random number generator. Okay, and after that, here I will be placing the division tag. Inside of this particular division tag, I'm going to place the span tag. But before that, I need to here specify the class, which is going to be number container. So number hyphen container. Under that, I will be placing a span tag, and this particular span tag is going to have an ID of random number. So random hyphen number, and then I need to here specify a dummy number, which is the 0. Once I control save it, then you can see the heading, which is the random number generator, is displayed, and also the default value, which is the dummy value for this particular span element. After that, I need a one button. So whenever I click on the button, I want to generate a random number and then display it inside this particular span element, means replacing the value of this span element. Okay, so here I will be using the button tag. So button, and then I need to here specify the ID, and then I need to specify the ID to this particular button, which is like generate btn, like generate hyphen btn. Okay, and then here I need to specify the text, which is like generate. Okay, now if I control save it, then you can see we have now a generate btn, means the generate button. So now we have all the three HTML elements that will actually use to create this particular application. We have the heading, we have the span tag, then we have this particular button. So on click of the button, we want to display a random number inside this particular span element. So in the next part, we're going to start with the CSS so that our application will be look like this particular one, which is the nice blue and greenish color of the project. So we are going to start with the CSS, which is going to be the next part of this particular random generator application.